Hello everybody, welcome to AZ Security, the channel in which we present the latest security on the Microsoft Azure technology. Today we are talking about the Kubernetes Security Dashboard, and a special guest is Richard today. Richard, welcome.
Oh, yeah, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great that you have found the time to talk with me. Um, just curiosity, can you introduce yourself? How long are you an MVP and how long do you work with AKS?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm Richard Hooper, also known as Pixel Robots Online. I've worked with AKS before it was AKS. It was ACS back then, and you could pick from like Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, or Mesos OS, if I remember correctly. I've
Wow.
been an MVP for about 6 years now, and we got the renewal coming up, so maybe 7 years soon, or they might put me on the chopping block. Hopefully not, but you never know.
That's true. That's true. For me, it's also my third year if it's going
Oh
well.
well,
But
nice. That'll
are
be
you
good.
a little bit scared?
Always scared. You never know what's happening or who else is doing good stuff like yourself. It's always that. It's because it's such a black box. You just never know until you do it, and it's such a long wait because we have to put our nomination, our resubmission in end of March, March 31st, and then we have to wait all the way until like July, sometime in July. This it's just, yeah, every year it's different, but it's in July, and it's such a long time to wait to find out if you're going to be renewed or not. And you want to be because the benefits are quite nice. I do like the benefits.
Yeah, I like it too. But I'm also liking to share a lot of to the community, seeing
Hmm.
people grow in their experience, but also sharing things that you have found out so that they don't make the same mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what's good about these benefits. They give us the opportunity to test the new things like what we're going to talk about today, and it's nice to see that we are welcomed by Microsoft to give the feedback and test the product out and stuff. It's good.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's amazing that we can yeah, sort of look at the front end, basically.
Yeah,
True, true. Um, Quite awesome. You saw the AKS grow. That's amazing.
yeah, yeah.
I also work quite along with it, but then it was AKS 1.0, I guess, in the
Hmm.
old Azure
Yeah,
portal.
yeah.
But cool. Can you explain what you're going to do for today for us?
Yeah,
Nick?
so I was at KubeCon in, where was it? Salt Lake City, and AKS team has this like pre-day, and in the pre-day they said, we are creating this new AKS Security Dashboard. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to be available to you shortly. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and then when was it? Like end of January, I finally found it in the Azure portal, which was nice. And so I thought I'd do a bit of research into it, play with it a bit, and did a blog post on it. And then you've read my blog post and reached out to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
true.
yeah, which is good. So, blogging, networking is a good thing to do. And yeah, this AKS security dashboard just makes life so much easier. You don't have to fight with Microsoft Defender for Cloud, which can be a massive pain at times, trying to find the right information. They pull it
Sometimes.
all out and give it to you nice and easy. So you don't have to be like no security admin. You can just be a sysadmin like myself, or just even an engineer or a help desk person, and you can get all the information you need. And I love it.
And did you also find disadvantages already in this dashboard? Or
Not yet. I
not
think
yet?
the
That's
biggest
good.
disadvantage will be, and I haven't come across it yet, will be permissions, role-based access control. Because obviously, you could have too much information, and if you go clicking around the wrong way, it could be bad. You see too much. If you went and clicked on Defender for Cloud, you'll see everything. So hopefully, they're going to sort out role-based access control, and we'll see a new, if not already there, RBAC rule just for AKS Security Dashboard or something like that. Read, write.
Let's
I'd
hope
love that.
so.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. And if you're looking to the consumers, is it more security people that is good fit for this dashboard, or is it more for
So
yourself?
Microsoft have tried to make it so it's not for the security people at first. It's for the Microsoft Defenders for the security people, because you can go super in depth. You can do your queries and all of that fun stuff. Whereas this is a nice overview for your standard person like myself, like your help desk person, or even a user of AKS could go into here. Your developer could go into the Azure portal and go, right, this isn't looking very good. I should probably go and create a Jira ticket or a top desk ticket or help desk ticket and say, right, we need to fix this in the next sprint, or go and speak to the CISO or the security team and go, guys, what does this actually mean? And then they can go and dig in and do a lot more research for you and say, oh, you need to update your container image. That's what that means.
Well, it's giving us a lot of curiosity. Do you have maybe a demo for us?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
see
I
it in
can.
action.
Yeah, let's share my screen. This will be screen number 4, I think. Yep.
You have 4
Two.
screens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, it's a bit weird. I've got a laptop screen here. I've got my big widescreen here. This one up here is my 1080p that I use for sharing, which is what you can see. And then I also have another screen here, which is like a teleprompter 13-inch screen, which replicates the 1080 screen onto there, so I can see what I'm doing whilst looking at the camera. That's
Wow.
the plan, at least. Yeah.
Oh, that's the secret, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So here, yeah, it's just a standard Azure portal. I'm logged in as myself. We're just going to go and have a look at the Kubernetes clusters. I've got 2 in my demo environment, in my MVP subscription. So we can look at this bottom one here. Just deployed to UK South. Standard Azure stuff here, which is all good. You know, if you've used Azure for a long time, you're used to this overview page. But before, you used to click on this Microsoft Defender for cloud bit, and it would be like security, and you'd get hardly any information. You might get a line at the bottom, and it would just not be helpful at all. You'd have to go all the way to Microsoft Defender and get the information.
Yeah,
But what
you
they've done
click,
now,
you have to
if we
click a lot
click
of.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, you had to click a long way to find the information. So what they've done now is given us this nice, lovely dashboard. We've got the hero numbers at the top to tell us we've got 2 of 2 medium, I think, yeah, medium vulnerabilities, and I've got 2 of 2 low misconfigurations. And seeing these hero numbers as an end user of Kubernetes rather than the maintainer of it, you know, is like, oh, okay, I've got no highs, so that's nice. But if I had a high, I'd be like, oh, something's going wrong here. So knowing this straight away, these hero numbers, giving you that information straight away is awesome. And then underneath there, we've got these 2 tabs. We've got the vulnerabilities, and I can see that my 2 node pools are affected, basically. So I could like click on one of these. We get this nice bit coming up here, which if you go through Microsoft Defender for cloud, it's a lot harder to get to this. We'll do that in a second as well. And I can see like this is unassigned. I've got this not assigned to anyone. It's got a CVE basically, which is a high CVE, even though it's given us the risk level of medium, you know, which is nice because it's saying, yes, it's a high CVE, but to actually exploit that CVE on your AKS clusters, not as easy as it would be. So that's why they've put it down to a medium risk. And yeah, you get a nice description about it. You get your node pool name and even remediation steps underneath here as well. So basically, I need to do an upgrade of this cluster, which will update the node OS image with the fix. So just from there alone, you know, you're getting some good stuff. And then I can click here and assign an owner. So I could pick someone from my organization, you know, anyone like I wanted. I could just, I've only got myself in here, so if I could type my name properly, I can just be me. Nice. I can put a remediation time frame, so I'm going to give myself until the 20th, you know, because you know I got to schedule that downtime for the cluster, because I'm a silly engineer who's running 1 replica, so I can't afford downtime unless I let my customers know. And then yeah, so you put that in. You can apply a grace period so it doesn't affect your secure score. So in Microsoft, you have that secure score.
Yes. Indeed.
You always want to try and get above 65 minimum, is what I say. And if you assign the owner and tick that box, it's going to not affect that secure score, because usually it will drop if you get something like this.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen that. And then I can even tick this box and notify the owners weekly about it and any overdue tasks. So that sort of reminds people, right, you actually got this to do. You really need to do this. It's now overdue. Please do this task. So that saves your PM or your boss chasing you constantly. Azure's doing it for you.
Yeah,
and I love that feature.
He's a summer now, right?
yeah, it's cool. And then you can even notify my manager about it as well if it's overdue. So, if you've got your office set up correctly with your organizational stuff and all your Active Directory, it can then go and email your boss to say, Richard's not performing very well. He really needs a talking to.
I guess it's Monday, right?
yeah, it's the Monday blues. And then you can just pick the day you want and then just save that. You have to be like owner to be able to do that, I think it is, or contributor. I can't remember the exact permission, but there's one in there.
Richard, does he take it from the Entra ID, the identity provider of Azure?
Yeah. So then, like you can see now, it says owner is Richard, and if I just get rid of this bit here, I'm on time. So that's good. I've got a bit of time to fix it. And what also we can do now is we can see that it's changed to say on time status, and I can click on this view additional details. It will open a new tab. I'm not sure why it always opens a new tab, but it does. And then I need to change my account because I've got so many accounts here. The joys of working with Azure and customers. Yeah. And then this takes me to a familiar screen that we probably all love from Microsoft Defender for Cloud. So it's a nice, easy way to get to this screen with lots more informations in it. All the findings, and if it's going to show me a graph, it's going to show me a graph. So the entry point could be into there.
Oh,
luckily there's
there it is, graph. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't show a graph. Sometimes it does. So it's nice to see that. And then you can see like the total find. It's just the standard stuff here. Drive-by compromise, exploit public-facing applications. Well, I've got no public-facing one on this, so that's quite good. The findings again, that's just that one. You can click on that and it will tell you further information about the CVE. That's the CVE information,
yeah.
It's
nice that you see all the information compacted together.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like before, if I was going through Defender for Cloud, trying to get to this, I would struggle because I don't live in Defender for Cloud at all. And it would take me a little while to find where it is and how to fix it and stuff like that. But here, you can just go here. There's a quick fix I can click, which will do an update for me. I can exempt it. I can, if I had a logic app, I can trigger it. Just the standard stuff.
Cool. And if you should hit the fix, do you also see what he's doing in the background?
Let's click it and see what it does. So it's taking me to the actual Nopal page, and then it probably just wants me to click update image. So it's not actually fixing it as such, but it's saying go and update it. And yes, we can see it definitely needs an update.
Yeah, indeed.
Which is good. So it's nice that it takes you straight to the place you need to go to as well. Yeah, I like that.
I like it too. Cool.
Yeah. And then, so that's sort of the vulnerabilities part of the security dashboard. And then we have the misconfigurations because, it's just not about your CVEs. It's if you haven't done something correctly and an attacker can get in, then game's over basically. So these misconfigurations are really good. So I've only got 2 on this cluster, and one of them, the diagnostic logs in container for Kubernetes, should be enabled. Now, yes, they should be, but they cost a fortune, so I only ever enable them when I need to. So this one I always accept. It's a low risk. It's fine. I usually exempt this for people. But
you never filter. You can filter the diagnostics also, right?
You can do, yes, but if you're going to get them, you want everything, in my opinion, because you know your luck or my luck. I will filter something out that's needed, and then it's like So I only ever enable it when I need it.
Okay.
Some customers we do all the like audit login, and they're fine with that because it's just so expensive. Log
Yeah.
analytics is just crazy. I could ship it off to storage; it's a bit cheaper, but then you have to load it back in to read it. So it's like, yeah, if you're gonna do it, you want to build alerts off of it. So you want that live log analytics data, in my opinion.
You can always use the Azure Data Explorer, which is
Hmm.
cheaper in saving your logs. But that's
Yes,
for
yeah,
another
yeah.
discussion, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see you do a session on that. Actually, that'd be cool.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, nice. And then the other one is one that's, in my opinion, is a bit. They put it as a low because it is a recommendation. Restrict your API, but I always deploy my clusters with role-based access control and Microsoft Entra ID, which has two-factor authentication via a mobile app. So if someone's going to hit my API, they need to have my phone, otherwise they can't log in. So does this one need to be enabled? Ideally, yes, but you can probably get away with it. It's like if you're hitting your bank, you can hit your bank on any IP address in the world, and you log in with your username and password and your two-factor authentication. It's the same as Kubernetes cluster, Is your Kubernetes cluster got more important stuff than your bank?
Well, it's more or less that you have a lot of layers in between, and
Yeah.
this is an extra layer on top of it, basically.
Exactly. So usually I would deploy a private cluster
Yeah.
with VNet integration. So this one doesn't even show. But when I did that, I literally only had one misconfiguration. So I thought, oh, I should probably find another one. So we did it this way. But yeah, always, if you can, do a private cluster, VNet integration, which is technically still in preview, but it is pretty much not. Microsoft will support you on that. And then, yeah, get your VPN access or another Jumpbox Bastion host to control your Kubernetes cluster.
Wow,
But
we're
yeah,
getting a lot of extra security
yeah,
underneath. But I love it. Yeah, that's the way we also trying to achieve that. Private clusters, and then if
yeah,
you need to, into the specific VNet with a jump host.
yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what I would love is if Bastion could not require a jump box to connect to the Kubernetes cluster, because like you could then just create an SSH tunnel straight to the API server and then control it that way. I would love that. Maybe one day.
You can.
Can you?
It is possible, but
Nice.
it's very not recommended because you want to protect them basically. So you only need the API access, right? Not specific hosts.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're not going to touch the control plane, which is the second of the first role where everything of AKS or Kubernetes is hosted.
Mm-hmm.
But for a worker node where the containers live, it should be possible. But
So you like Bastion to the container host, and then from there.
yes.
See, I'm really lazy. I'm a sysadmin at heart. I wouldn't even want to do that. I'd want to do AZ Bastion Connect and then the AKS cluster name, and then it does something in the background for me, and then I can just do kubectl, and it's created some tunnel somewhere for me. That's my dream.
Yeah.
One day maybe.
Well, maybe we can give it a shot to the product team, right? If we speak
Yeah.
to them.
MVP summit's coming up soon, so that'll be good.
Yeah,
for
or
sure.
otherwise the KubeCon, right?
Yes, yeah,
in
I'll be there in
London.
London. So 1st of April, and
Yeah,
they got a pre-day, I think, just before. They haven't announced it yet, but they always do one, so I would expect them there as well.
indeed.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe I can give the feedback there. Are you going to KubeCon London?
Yes, it's on my agenda, and everything is booked. So looking forward to meet the people of Kubernetes once more again. So
Awesome, that'll be good. It'd be good to see you again in person
yeah,
because it was
definitely.
Paris last time we met, I think.
Yeah, it was in Paris, indeed. Yeah, I had to
Nice.
skip the other one in Chicago, I guess.
Yes, yeah,
So
that was a good one.
But Richard, awesome that you're showing this. I'm also seeing a possibility to export in the upper channel.
Yeah, so you can download it as a CSV file, which is nice, and then from there your bosses, your management can go off and do whatever they want to do with it, which is
Indeed.
good. And then this one here, the Microsoft Defender for Container Status, this tells me that it's on. And what you can actually do from here, instead of digging through Defender for Cloud, you can actually, if it wants to load, it's been a bit slow today, but you can actually enable it here as well if you haven't done it through policy or through Bicep or another method. But I was hoping it would show. We'll give it a few seconds while it thinks about it.
But those are the options to basically enable the Defender for Cloud on your subscription, I guess. Or
Yep, yeah, or just on the resource itself, on the AKS cluster itself, and this will let it do for, if I remember correctly, the full Defender for Containers package, which includes the container registry vulnerability scanning, real-time scanning.
it's the agent.
Yeah, I think it's agentless now because I think it uses the eBPF technology as well, which is nice. But it still has the Microsoft Defender agent on there to collect some log files. What else is on there? If I remember, I think there's a CPSM one as well, the Cloud Security Posture Management one.
Wow.
But it's a shame it's not showing. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. Let's try the other cluster in case that's speeding up a bit. That one here.
Oh,
here we go. Yeah,
fast.
yeah, this one's a lot faster. So this one I have it on, so you can do the Microsoft Defender for Containers free during preview or X amount per vCore per month, and then you have your AKS API access, which requires for agentless container posture, runtime vulnerability assessment and response actions. The container registry access enables agentless vulnerability assessment for registry images, and the what's this one? Azure policy, which is deployed as an agent on your Kubernetes cluster, provides Kubernetes data plane hardening. So that's like your gatekeeper open policy agent stuff,
Exactly.
which we all love.
That's the program which trying to exclude specific you say that functionality. For instance, possibility to have your own registry accepted and then all the other registries not. But you can do lots of things even more.
Yeah, you can even say you have to have resource requests and limits, otherwise don't allow the container image to be deployed and stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah, it's very helpful if you want to harden your cluster even more.
Mm-hmm.
One way to do that is the Azure policy, which you can deploy in your subscription or even on the management group if you want to protect all your clusters on that specific topic.
Which is cool. It's a good feature considering that it's all open source tools behind the scenes and they're using it and just displaying the information here inside the Microsoft portal. And,
definitely.
Nice.
I'm seeing it for the first time that it's just, how do you say that, cascade in that detail. So normally it's just the agent that is pushed, and then you have to wait until the vendor for cloud containers are spinning up.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that separately, that you can choose basically.
Yeah.
Or do it all at once, of course.
Definitely a lot nicer now, I think. Just noticed this one's got a high one. Which one's this? So on this one, it's giving me a high risk on the Kubernetes API server. Whereas the other one was giving me a medium, and this is probably because this one has, I think this one has an Nginx ingress controller running on it, or does it not? No, I'm not sure why that is. Interesting to see that there's different ones for different clusters. This risk level is an interesting one, so maybe that's something which is still, considering this is still in preview, maybe that's why. But yeah.
And if you click on the quick fix, does it show otherwise?
And here in the quick fix, it just tells you, yeah, just put an IP address in, which is nice. So I don't even have to dig around the Azure settings to find where they've moved this to this week. Because they do like to move these settings around. And yeah, 2 minutes to propagate, that's quite cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's strange that he's just saying that it's high, and on the other cluster it's medium.
Very strange.
Could it be that it's the public cluster and a private?
No, because that's a public cluster only setting. So, and they're both public, so I could get some stuff. Maybe one's an older cluster. Maybe they think that's more of a risk because of the age of it or something like that. I think this is an older one. 21st of the 1st, 29th.
The configuration, right?
Yeah. And these are pretty much the same configuration, if I remember correctly. Are they both want Cilium? Yeah, Cilium there. And is this one Cilium, or is this just a standard NAT gateway? No, Cilium as well. Yeah, very interesting. I wonder how they come.
Functionality.
Yeah. So yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. No.
Yeah, that will do. But thank you for showing this great demo and just talking through every settings that is possible. I'm looking forward to basically implement it. How do I start? Where did you got your information?
So literally, you can just search the Microsoft documentation pages for the AKS Security Dashboard, and it will come up. In your AKS cluster, you literally just click on the Microsoft Defender for Cloud icon in the big list of things, and it's there. It's out of the box for you. Nothing special needed.
Nice. Well, we will going to show it as a link under this video, so that you can click on it yourself and just read all the docs for that specific element. Thank you very much for your time and for your presentation. Looking forward to work with it, and if I may, maybe I can invite you another time for another specific topic.
Yeah, awesome. I'm always happy to chat to you.
Cool. I would say thank you once again, also for the other viewers. Thanks for joining. Until next time. Till next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.